I'm agitated. You're agitated. Let the miscommunications begin. Ladies and gentlemen, planet Mercury is officially in retrograde. And due to me covering the coronavirus, weather will now be the place of fun. So even though we have a very dangerous situation setting up in the southeast United States, and technically Wales, I'm trying to have as much fun as possible. Though we have some major flooding issues that are happening now in Mississippi, Alabama, and Tennessee, and will continue until the summer. That's a big problem, bro. And we don't have to agree on everything, but I want to say foggiest winter ever, man, ma'am, or whatever you are. Hey, pal, guess what? We're getting a volcano and earthquake signal out of parts of Guatemala and Mexico near the volcano range. So that makes sense. We will watch out for some type of activity there in the next 24 to 48 hours, as that has been a hotspot for not only volcano activity, but earthquake activity. And hey, surfer ladies in Costa Rica. It looks like there shall be no rest for the kids over the pond. And I'm talking about Europe, United Kingdom, Wales, I think that's part of England, Ireland, Scotland, Norway, Iceland, as they had been hit by near record storm Dennis. They've got Eddie coming up next, I guess, or whatever the E term is. I guess it's got to be a woman. What's a good E woman name? Egret? No, forget it. Sorry. But look at this trail of moisture that's moving over the southeast, and then your giant trail of moisture heading towards the Englandish areas. Let's stop it, pop it, and lock it over the 48-hour precipitation models together, you and I. And we're looking at heavy, heavy, heavy rain over the next 48 hours for Texas, Louisiana, parts of Arkansas, Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and portions of Florida. Hey, Tennessee, I imagine you're getting in there as well. In Kentucky, you might even get a splash of some stuff. Plus, if you're in norther areas, you might get a dash of snow here and there. If you're in one of the states with some of the blue blotches, that would be you. In these days, I will most definitely take my good moods where I can get them. And so I'm going to ease on down the road. Look at this storm we got coming up at the end of March. If it verifies, that would be horribly super nasty. It's drawn it up a couple times since I've been watching the models. But now we start off, as you can see, a lot of moisture extending over the next few days. And then you get more moisture extending over the next few days. Then you get more moisture extending over the next few days over the exact same areas. And so the last 11 days of the month look to be super nasty, and that storm looks hellaciously nasty. I just used nasty 3 times. I need to get a thesaurus. Okay, and I want to remind everybody that due to the leap year component, that now women have to ask men to marry them, and ladies have to ask men out. In order to take this time out to point out, yeah, I'm single. All right. And so this is a serious problem. How serious is this flooding problem? Well, we aren't even in the spring, and we've had a month of spring flooding. And so I got a real bad feeling this is going to be one of the worst spring flooding events ever. And seriously, this is drawn that storm up for 3 runs almost now at the end of March, or at the beginning of March. And if that is anything close to verifying, that's going to be a big, huge problem for a lot of people. We've dipped under 200 rivers flooding and are now at about 153. But the rain is just now picking back up, and we are going to see some pretty heavy precipitation over the next 48 hours in areas that definitely do not need it. It is either saturated, soggy, or super wet. And there's no way I'm going to forget about you, Europe, because at least two of my delusions of grandeur crushes live there or were born there, which is a total non sequitur and not a good segue. But we're looking at the wave after wave after wave pattern that continues to persist. Now, look at this rain, dude. You're just getting nonstop rain, and Wales has been undergoing some pretty heavy historic flooding. And unfortunately, it looks like they will be basing the lion's brunt of, and that in the start of March, you guys could be getting hit with a direct storm head on. I think they had it at like 956, which would make it like a category 3 or 4 hurricane or Eurocane. And so definitely, and look at the size of these rain bands, man. This is nuts. Everything is nuts in 2020. It is next level insane. And I'm glad you are staying sane with me. God bless Asteroid Fight Club. Look at that bang, dude. Okay. And so look at that storm, though, coming out. And it looks like it wants to wind up and punch the Northeast in the nuts, proverbially and metaphorically. But check that shit out, dude. That is so much rain over. I mean, do you guys even get any breaks? We're going to have big problems in the future in Europe. And one day, I would like to be inside of you. I've never traveled really outside of the United States, other than Jamaica for a weekend when I was really, really young, and then Canada for 5 minutes. And they were like, Canada was like, this is like a secret society. You can't be here unless you're a werewolf. And I was like, okay, you hosers, I'll leave. But yeah, let's bring my focus back to the southeast over the next 7 days. As you can see, we're going to be getting a lot more rain in the same spots, and this pattern will persist. And the Pacific has been no schlubby scrub when it comes to major storms. It's just that the majority of them have been pounding into Canada or the Northwest. Ooh, it's glitchy, bitches. Remember, bitches is a term of endearment coined by Zero Hedge, who then got banned by Twitter for telling everybody that the coronavirus was a bioweapon that got out of the lab, which seems to be the truth. I don't know, man. Apparently, truth is dangerous to tell in 2020. Brian Dungan, it's already one of the wettest winters on record so far in parts of the South, and more rain is ahead this week. That is a projection of rain in the areas that will be falling over the areas with flooded rivers. In Texas, we're in on this as well. You know you've been lacking snow big time this month, but did you know we're currently holding the spot for the least snowiest February on record? And we're talking about proof in Providence, where they've only had a trace in February. But hark not, gnarly lads. Ed Pietrowski. Overnight Euro ensemble continues to show the best chance of accumulating snow. Late Thursday night will be in mountains in eastern North Carolina near Georgetown with a J. South Carolina weather, North Carolina weather. You got some shots at some pretty epic meme moments in 2020 weather for the Carolinas. Hey, don't get mad at me. A lot of people are bitching about snow levels compared to average and this year in the Northeast. We've got Alex Wallace of the Weather Channel saying, hey, we've been on the struggle bus looking for snow along most of the I-95 corridor this winter. Snow chances are really slim for the rest of the month, and we'll see what March will bring. But yeah, 12 inches, tiny bit, man. Imagine this. If you were a lady and the man was like, I'm going to give you 12 inches of snow, baby, and then you even got half an inch, you'd probably be disappointed. Was that a good analogy or no? Okay. Yeah, so this winter's underwhelmed, bro, for a lot of places. And Popocatépetl, we've had a lot of volcanic activity in Mexico and Guatemala. So Popocatépetl went boom, boom, bang with another lava ejection and eruption earlier today. Give us a mere moment and you can see it. Oh, it's worth it. Well, asterisk, it's just average, actually. Boom. Well, look at the clouds light up. All right. That was a tiny spurt. Kurt Heinz, who took more than his fair share of ribbing for his name when he was a kid. I'm guessing more warmth is in store heading across the eastern U.S. heading into weekend early next week. As we head into late February to early March, expecting another transient shot of cold air to work in, make sure to check out today's BAM Live to get the latest spring trends. Let me guess, it's going to be hot. Except for it's been cold up here. I mean, I'm not saying like you've been getting winter like up through here and then down through here, but everywhere else has been pretty warm, man. Did you know Minnesota is where they invented Minecraft? Okay, I just made that up. I don't even know why it wasn't funny. It's going to be slippery this morning out on the roads. Take your time commuting and give plows some room to work. Minnesota, where they drink pop. Yeah, bro, this is a staggering precipitation totals in the southeast this winter. Mississippi's picked up over 48% of their yearly average, and it's gonna be a really stormy, rainy spring for sure. So we got problems. We'll be keeping our eye out for the big storm around the 28th, which is 10 days from now, and the 5th. But yeah, Mississippi, Jackson, you got some elevated threats and some limited threats and some likely threats. Oh crap, something is technically wrong. Twitter just broke on me. Well, I guess we're wrapping this one up. Everybody stay cool. You are great. I love you. What a 2020, man. And I will talk to y'all in the future because it's what I do. I love you. So hang in there. Meme of the kitty hanging from the tree picture in your mind. Mercury retrograde. So my words ain't that great right now. They'll get better. And hey, can I have a hug? For reals. Stay cool. God bless everyone.